Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer. And I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. Several years ago, he taught a form of planetary puja to myself and Raja Malloy, Meena Malloy's brother. And that's the form of puja that we're doing here on the live program. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I have drawn the chart in chalk on a little blackboard that's laying flat on a side table. Also, to do the puja, I have a container of water. I have a lit tea light. I have an incense stick, a bell, a raisin, and a bowl of fresh flower petals. I start with using the water and sprinkle a few drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard chart to symbolically purify the space for the puja. I put a few drops of water on top of my own head, and I send a few drops of water out into space, symbolically towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, everyone is participating in a state of being purified going into the puja. To start the puja, we use sounds to invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles, and also is a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja. And I ask him to remove all obstacles in the lives of the participants, in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of our lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for us now and always. Now we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Jonas Samundur for teaching this chant, and I am grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we honor the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet ruling the day, which is Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. At the moment, the moon is in a star called Chitra, a star that gives opportunities, fresh opportunities. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area, we are in the 12th waxing moon, called Dwadasi in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Dwadasi Devye Namaha. Om Dwadasi Devye Namaha. Om Dwadasi Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet ruling the hour. In my local area, this is the moon. I put more flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we acknowledge the yoga and the Karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would say their names in Sanskrit 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Vyatipata, which has energies of adversity. Vyatipata, Vyatipata, Vyatipata. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Bhava, that has energies of creativity. Bhava, Bhava, Bhava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. We start with the ascendant sign, represented here with the letters AC. This is the sign of Gemini. It's the sign coming up right now on the eastern horizon in my local area. Dr. Pillai said we begin by honoring the planet ruling the ascendant sign. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. I put flower petals on Mercury to acknowledge his importance at the moment. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now, starting in the ascendant sign, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, stopping in each sign that has 1 or more planets. Going in a clockwise direction from Gemini, the first Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Karkata, or Cancer, which today contains Venus and Mars. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Purnavasu, a star symbolized as a quiver of arrows, a star with energy for expansion. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Om Purnavasaye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Aditi, a goddess who's considered the mother of many of the gods. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Om Aditye Namaha. Purnavasu's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor Mars for being in Cancer. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Pooja, a star that is considered to be the most spiritually auspicious of all the stars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Pushya star is ruled by Brihaspati, a form of Jupiter in which he is the teacher of the gods. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Pushya star is ruled by Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules the zodiac sign of Cancer, which is the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the zodiac signs. Today, containing both Venus, planet of love and beauty and joy, and Mars, planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems. Both of these are passionate planets, and they're sitting in the most emotionally sensitive of all of the signs. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains the moon and also Ketu. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Chitra, a star symbolized as a brilliant, shining jewel, and a star that can give blessings for new opportunities. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Om Chitraye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Tvashtar, an archetype who is a master craftsman. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Om Tvashtarye Namaha. Chitra star is ruled by Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Next, we honor Ketu for being in Libra. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in the star of Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, archetype who rules the wind and the air element, and also is the father of Hanuman. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Now we honor the planet. We honor the planet that rules the star of Swati, which is Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, harmony. Today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and also our receptivity to light, and Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto, who is retrograde. When a planet is retrograde, he's extra powerful. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Krum Krantankaya Namaha. Om Krum Krantankaya Namaha. Om Krum Krantankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. I put the flower petals on Pluto. We ask for blessings for all 10 of these archetypes. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanishuraya Namaha. Om Sanishuraya Namaha. Om Sanishuraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Satyabhisha, a star symbolized as an empty circle, and a star with so much healing energy that its nickname is 100 Physicians. We ask this star for health blessings, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Om Satyabhishaye Namaha. Satyabhisha star is ruled by Varuna, archetype who rules the rains and the oceans. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satyabhisha star is ruled by Rahu. I put flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. He's sitting in Aquarius, and anytime a planet is sitting in a sign he rules, he's in a comfortable position. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha, or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and the most service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet of patience, compassion, structure. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena, or Pisces, which today contains Neptune. We honor Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada, a star that Dr. Pillai says can give us blessings towards enlightenment, charity, purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us to experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. We ask for his blessings. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is also Jupiter. I put more flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the most transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps with our intuition and also helps with our understanding of our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Jupiter and Mercury and Uranus. Rahu and Jupiter are both in the same star, so we will honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Jupiter for being in Aries. I put flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Rahu and Jupiter are both in a star called Ashwini, a star that is symbolized as the head of a horse, a star with a tremendous amount of energy for speed and healing. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. Om Ashwini Namaha. Ashwini's star is ruled by the Ashwini Kumaras, horse-headed twins who have so much healing energy that they are sometimes called the physicians of the gods. I put flower petals across Rahu and Jupiter. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Om Ashwini Kumarasye Namaha. Ashwini star is ruled by Ketu. I put flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now, Mercury and Uranus are both in the same star, so we're going to honor both of them before we invoke the star. We honor Mercury for being in Aries. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Om Buddhayeha Namaha. Now we honor Uranus for being in Aries. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Mercury and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star symbolized as the yoni, a symbol representing the female private parts. This is a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or power. I put the flower petals across Mercury and Uranus. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask him to help us to be just and merciful towards others, and we ask for there to be justice in our world. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energy, today containing Rahu, planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Jupiter, planet that helps with everything related to spirituality, and Mercury, planet of communication and business, and planet that helps with our sense of humor, and Uranus, a planet of creativity, a planet that helps with success in life, higher intelligence, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. And the last zodiac sign, but not the least, that has a planet in it is Vrishabha, or Taurus, which today contains the sun. We honor the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Rohini, a star that gives blessings for prosperity and creativity and beauty. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by the moon. I put flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and a great love of luxury and comfort. Today, containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of flower petals on it. And in the air, I circle the tea light in a clockwise direction around the chart 3 times, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings we have just invoked. Now, I take a lit incense stick to offer the element of air and a sweet fragrance, and I circle that in the air around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Next, I take a bell to offer the element of sound, and I ring that around the chart 3 times. Now, I take a raisin, a small piece of fruit, to represent the earth element, and I circle this in the air around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Later in the day, I will eat that raisin as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Right now, I make prayer hands, and I make sincere prayer to all of the divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into the lives of all of us, and also into the lives of our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we have time for a short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Katie is asking in the chat, does outer space make the Om sound? Well, I haven't actually been in outer space to tell you that for sure, but it is said that that is a sound that people hear in higher states of consciousness. It's said that that's the sound that the sages hear when they're in that high state of consciousness of astral traveling, I guess, through the universe. So apparently that's a sound, if you go into a deep, deep level of stillness, that may be a sound that you're going to hear when you're going in more the atomic, subatomic level, or I guess out into the vacuums of space. It's said that that is the sound, the cosmic sound. That's my understanding of it. So it's a tremendous sound. It's a tremendous sound. And if sometimes in a higher state of consciousness, you may hear that sound yourself. So that's my response to that. Okay. Soon is saying, why do planets retrograde? So planets are considered to be retrograde from our point of view on Earth. Not all the planets go retrograde. The sun is never retrograde. The moon is never retrograde. Whereas Rahu and Ketu are always retrograde. But the other planets, from our point of view on Earth, given how the relationship between where we are in our orbit on Earth and where that planet is in its orbit around the sun, it appears from Earth to be moving backwards. It's not actually, but it's from our point of view. And it's a little hard to describe this without, putting up a chart that sort of shows it to you graphically. But all I can say is that it's from our point of view on Earth that they appear to be going retrograde. They're not actually moving backwards, but that's how it appears to us on Earth. And when those planets are in that state where they appear to be going backwards to us, their energy is considered to be extra powerful for how it's impacting us on Earth. When a planet is extra powerful, then any of the areas of our life that that planet rules, where we are not being totally impeccable, sometimes we could have an issue in that area. It's showing us some places where we might have a hole. It's because of the extra power coming through. But it's not that the planet is being malicious or mean. It's simply, it's extra strong. And then we have to kind of improve our game to make sure that we're, being impeccable in the areas that that planet rules. For example, Mercury rules electronics, communication. Sometimes people have technical challenges with their computer, or maybe they lose their files because they haven't been backing them up. Whereas if they had been impeccable and had been backing them up, it wouldn't be a problem if, the files were suddenly not where they thought they would be because they could use the backup like that. I hope that's helpful. Okay, so that's what I know about that particular subject. All right, okay. Well, I'm not seeing any other question in the chat. Again, thank you all for being here. I will be here again tomorrow. I'll go ahead and let the video play through. We always appreciate it when you hit the like button and when you subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel to grow. We appreciate that very much. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.